All right, let's get this thing cracking. All right, what's going on, guys? We're here. Let me give me a little swig. Yes. All right, let me get this straight. Let me let everybody know that I'm live right now. 12 minutes late, but I'm here. Let me let the gram know that I am live. And once I do that, man, we are all the way in the house. Once I do that, man, we are so good. Y'all bear with me a second. Hope y'all had a great evening. Hope you guys had a great weekend. For those who are new here, my name is Tariq. Hold on. And y'all know that shit. I'm telling y'all, that's just for new people. There might be some new people here. And speaking of new people, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Do that for a player. Let's hit that like button and let everybody know that we're all up in here. All right, let me do that. Bam. All right. All right. Excuse me. Okay. I'm here. What's up in Houston? Shout out to Houston. Oh, man. Hope everybody had a good, prosperous, and productive week, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Dallas representing. What's up, Birmingham, Alabama? What's up, Ace Moore down in Birmingham? Your first time catching a live, that's what's up. Again, hit that like button. Everybody come on in here. While you're coming on in here, I need you to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff we're going to get into tonight. Shout out to people globally. Shout out to my UK brothers and sisters. I still miss you guys. I've been thinking about my UK brethrens and sisterins. Been wanting to go over there to chop up with y'all, but I'm still banned. And when you can't do something, you get reminded of it all the time. Every time I turn on the TV, I'm seeing a lot of stuff from Britain and stuff like that. And I really like the brothers and sisters out there, and I really hate the fact that I can't go out there, but it is what it is. Shout out to the ADOS family, the Foundational Black American family. Everybody's more codified than ever. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing that everybody is heavily on code, ladies and gentlemen. And these politicians are getting that work. There was a brother who went to a Bernie thing, something that Bernie Sanders was having, and this brother asked some excellent questions at this Bernie thing, and Bernie had some of his Negro whisperers up there. I don't know who these guys were. I know Danny Glover was one of the people up there, and the dude just started plantation splaining real heavy. The dude was heavily plantation splaining. As a matter of fact, let me play that. Y'all don't mind? Let me play that. I'll play that for you guys. Because my man, this is being on code. See, this is being codified. The gentleman, salute to the brother who asked the questions. I like how my brother asked the questions. He was very concise, and that's the thing. You got to be smooth. You got to be concise. You have to articulate what you're saying in a very calm manner, and then you leave them scrambling. You dig? You leave them scrambling. All right, now this is the brother here. Hold on, let me play the audio. Here.
Now that I know, kind of what he's done, it's kind of hard for me to support him nowadays, because I know that he voted for the crime bill, and he likes to throw MLK's name around.
Okay, I know it's kind of low, but he said, look, I'm kind of funny style about Bernie because he supported the crime bill. He's always throwing MLK's name around.
MLK supported reparations, and Bernie's against it. So why should I support somebody who is against reparations for my people? But he supported reparations for Jewish people.
My brother's hitting it real cool. My brother's hitting it real calm and cool. Why should I support somebody who's against reparations for my people, but he supports reparations for his people? Brother was real concise with that.
Back in 2012 with the Holocaust.
Well, Dr. Reed will let you handle it, and I'm gonna jump in. Yeah. I've got a lot to say about that.
Yeah. In the first place, the reason that Senator Sanders voted for one of the crime bills instead of confiscating because it had something to do with the violence against women program.
Okay, this dude, whoever he is, he's splaining. He's Sambo-splaining. He's talking about some violence against women crime bill. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? All right, hold on. And I hope y'all can hear this. I know it's very low.
And the ban on assault weapons, right. But with respect to reparations, actually what Senator Sanders has said is two things that are important. The most important is that he supports what it used to be the Congress bill, right? This is now the Lee bill.
HR 40.
Yeah,
HR 40.
And that's kind of what there is on the table.
No. See that con game they're trying to see? See that Sambo Babble? They up there looking like plantation pickaninnies. Like Danny Glover's up there, ashy as hell. His knees and his ankles are ashy. He's looking like Uncle Ben. I don't know why he's there. He's talking about, well, he supported HR 40. So what? HR 40 is a nothing burger. That's why they put HR 40 up there. That's a red hair. It's nothing. They put it up there. It's a nothing burger so that they can say, look, we're supporting HR 40. So no, HR 40 is a nothing burger. That's a nothing burger. That's why they put it up there. So this dude is babbling.
The other thing that he said that maybe some people have found more controversial.
And Danny Glover looks like he got biscuit crumbs all on his shirt. He don't even know why he's there.
Is that he can't say whether he supports specific programs for something called reparations unless he knows what the programs are. And people talk about a lot of different things under that label.
Okay, when they start babbling like this, tell them the same thing that Native Americans got. That's what reparations is. The same thing that Jewish people got. That's what reparations is. The same thing that Japanese got. That's what reparations is. Let's stop acting like it's rocket science, all right? When it comes to us getting reparations, all of a sudden everybody becomes confused and goofy and silly and they don't know nothing. What's that? What's reparation? I don't know. How does that look? What's reparation? I don't know what that looks like. What is reparation? Stop playing dumb. Y'all didn't play dumb when you give Native Americans reparations. You don't play dumb when you gave Jewish people reparations. You don't play dumb when you gave the Japanese reparations. You're not playing dumb when you're about to have a de facto reparations program for the LGBT community. So now everybody wants to play dumb. See, they think just having a known Negro up there is good enough for us. See, we're not falling for that no more. We're not falling for that no more.
I mean, when, and myself, to be honest, like when somebody says something about reparations, my first inclination is to ask, well, what do you mean?
Nigga, please, stop it. All right, stop. See, this is why we're not voting for these folks. All right, that's enough of that. See, now everybody wants to be dumb. Nobody knows what reparations is all of a sudden. They got all types of set-aside programs, earmarked money, funds, and tangibles for all these other groups. But the minute we're supposed to get something that nobody knows what it is, what we supposed to do? I don't know what that look like. Is it big? Is it tall? Is it green? Is it red? All right, we're gonna play dumb when it comes to voting for you too. We're gonna play dumb when it comes to voting for you too. We're gonna play dumb too. All things hip hop, get him out of here. When people are in here talking about there's no sound, like get him out of here. We're not playing that dumb game, that butter biscuit babble. We're not playing that game. They know what it is, and they know what they need to do. They think that they're going to keep on with this benign neglect policy, but that's not going to happen. And what's interesting is not only do the Democrats, they don't have any policies that they're going to have specifically for us. They're attacking us in the process and then wondering why we ain't voting for them. They have the most ass-backward strategy. Their mindset is that, you know what, black people, black Americans are so used to abuse, let's just keep abusing them and just whip them into order, whip them into shape. Let's whip them into submission and make them do what we want them to do. That's their mentality. Everything about them, notice the language and the energy is abuse. Everything. When Kamala Harris, what you gonna do for black people? Well, I ain't gonna do nothing just for black people, no. And then you wonder, well, damn, why is her numbers tanking? The fuck you mean, why is her numbers tanking? She just told us to kiss her ass. So what you mean, why is her numbers tanking? We're not going for the abuse no more. See, that's the thing. We're not going for the abuse no more. The abuse is no longer working. We've been beaten down too long. That's enough. Enough is a damn enough of the fucking abuse. And I'm glad Foundational Black Americans, ADOS, black people are standing up saying, look, no more. We've been beaten down too long. Laying on the ground is just making you beat us more. So we're going to stand up, dust ourselves off, and we're going to make some damn demands. We ain't got nothing to lose with you bastards. Corey Bussey, he's out the door. He's out. He's tapping out. But this abusive disposition towards us, everything about the Democrats to us is abuse. That's why there is zero reason for us to vote for them. Zero reason. Not only are they prioritizing others over us, they're using boogeyman tactics to abuse us, to act as a liaison to help all these other groups. Their numbers are horrible right now, and that's because of us. Foundational Black Americans are saying no to the abuse. And they don't know how to respond. They simply don't know how to respond. And we need to be saving our energy for ourselves. We're not going to run out here caping for nobody. And some of the propaganda boogeyman tactics that's coming up now, I'm going to point out a few of them. One thing that a boogeyman tactic, and the boogeyman tactic is basically when they try to get laws or certain things passed by using black people as the boogeyman propaganda. Black people are going to get you, so we need to do something. See, the Democrats use the boogeyman propaganda with the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement and Time's Up and all that, that's designed to protect the white predators in Hollywood and create the black boogeyman sexual predator propaganda to target Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, and all of these people. This was orchestrated by the Democrats. You understand? This was orchestrated by them. See, this is why we're not going for the we better vote Democrat because Trump might win, because Trump's a racist. We know that. Trump's been a racist for decades. We've known that. And like I said, dealing with Trump, we only have to deal with white supremacy. Dealing with the Democrats, we have to deal with white supremacy. We have to deal with Hispanic anti-blackness. We have to deal with LGBT anti-blackness. Hello, Ed Buck. We got to deal with the Ed Bucks of the world. We got to deal with Arab and Middle Eastern anti-blackness. I know y'all saw the video of those Middle Eastern dudes beating the black women up out there in, I think it was in Pittsburgh, outside of a gas station. They were beating these sisters up, beating the brakes off these sisters, some white and Arab dudes, Middle Eastern guys. See, that's that minority coalition. It always ends up with a foot in somebody's ass. We have to deal with Asian shopkeepers beating sisters up every other damn week. We got to deal with anti-black racism coming from the Asian community. You dig? It's coming from all over. And this is another thing, too. When we try to defend ourselves, they have boogeyman propaganda for that, too. Out in Frederick, Maryland, there was a situation this weekend at the fair, the Frederick Fair, where, and I'm not going to show the video. There's a video circulating because I don't want to get a strike or whatever. But there's a video circulating, and it's the video starts right when one of the kids defends himself. But from what I understand, there was a white supremacist at the fair racially antagonizing people as usual. You know how they do. We get racially antagonized when he went for some soft targets. So there was some black teens, some little like 15, 16-year-olds being racially antagonized by this guy from what reports are saying. He's calling them the N-word from what I've heard from several people. And I heard he spit on one of the kids. So he's racially antagonizing these group of children. And Jesse, have you heard? This is what I'm hearing from Frederick, Maryland. I'm hearing he spit on some of the kids and he's calling them nigger and all this stuff. And then one of them, defended himself. He socked the white dude. Little 15-year-old socked him. I think, yeah, the 15-year-old socked him, knocked him out, and the white dude later died. They say he died. So now, what they're doing now, the white media all got on code with this. They got, what's up, Latisse Owens? The media is on code now talking about the kids were playing the knockout game. They were talking about the kids were playing the knockout game. Now understand, black people, you have a God-given right to defend yourself. See, they want to put us in a position and boogeyman us into not defending ourselves. That boy needs all the support possible. This suspected white supremacist who the kids had to defend themselves from, they are not releasing his name, and that right there is suspicious because what they want to do is scrub the internet of any social media of all of his anti-black white supremacist racism. So they're probably scrubbing the internet now of all of his stuff. And the guy was probably on opioids or something. But according to reports, the kid socked him, knocked him out, and he later died. I think he might have been on the pipe or whatever. But you have a God-given right to stand your ground and defend yourself. See, when the white supremacists defend themselves, quote unquote, from a black person, they're rewarded and applauded. No, we're going to keep that same stand your ground energy. Those children had a right to defend them damn selves. They had a right to defend themselves. You dig? They had a right to do that. Shout out to Zach Ngoga. Shout out to that brother. He sent a little something to the King Flex 818 Cash App. Shout out to that brother. But yeah, I want to find out some more information. I want to find out, who the children are. What's the deal with Frederick County, by the way? I've been hearing some real funny style stuff about Frederick County. Yeah, but those kids were standing their ground. You don't deserve to get beat on and spit on and all that stuff. And we got to support people, especially when these white supremacists, including the media, are all on code using fake knockout game propaganda. They were not playing no damn knockout game. And I told people years ago about that knockout game propaganda, how that's used to justify harming black people. The knockout game is a fake story. It's a fake propaganda style boogeyman story that's used to justify harming black people. They use the knockout game propaganda to really get at Mike Brown. They use that to harm Mike Brown by saying that he tried to knock out Darren Wilson. That was knockout game propaganda. You dig? But nobody plays that. Nobody's doing no damn knockout game. Nobody's doing no damn knockout game. It's always been what they did. They went and got a bunch of random videos from all over the world and said that black people are playing the knockout game. That was a racist propaganda piece. See, we better understand propaganda when we see it, family. And they always use boogeyman propaganda, anti-black boogeyman propaganda to get certain things passed. Certain laws passed. When cocaine was legal, and I talked about this before. Understand, cocaine was legal in America at one point. They used to use cocaine in like household products. Cocaine was used as a medicine. They put cocaine in shit, damn near everything, even Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it. That's where the Coke name comes from the cocaine. Motherfucker drank cocaine and be geeked up. Well, the problem was with such high demand in the commercial market for cocaine, the demand to export it from South America became high. So they didn't want to make places like Colombia a legitimate economic stronghold. You understand? They didn't want to make it a legitimate stronghold, getting all that cocaine from South America, and everybody's getting addicted to it because they saw how addicted it was. So they had to ban it. They had to ban it on the commercial market and put it on the illicit market. So that way you could regulate the wealth of the country by them exporting it, where you're helping them export it, but now you can kind of punish them and say, oh, you're exporting illegal drugs, so we're going to take your money. So you can kind of regulate their finances. So it's a whole finesse. I'm breaking it down. So what they needed to do, they needed to make cocaine illegal. So how do you do that? Well, they used boogeyman tactics. What they did in the media out here, they used to put out stories saying that there's cocaine-crazed Negroes running around raping white women. They said that black men high on cocaine was out here fucking all the white women. So they immediately made it illegal. Same thing with weed, with marijuana. Marijuana was legal, and in order to make it illegal, they said there's a bunch of niggas out here with weed, and they threw in some Mexicans, and some niggas and Mexicans out here high on weed and marijuana. We gotta ban it. They had movies, propaganda movies like Reefer Madness. If you smoke reefer, you're gonna lose your mind. And so they had to create propaganda, boogeyman propaganda for weed. So whenever they want to get something done politically, they've always used the boogeyman propaganda. They've always used that. Going into the 70s, when the white feminist second wave, well, let's go back to the first wave. The Susan B. Anthony's and all these people, when they wanted to raise money for the white feminists, that first wave, they were talking about how black men are going around raping white women. It was a lot of those white feminists who were behind a lot of lynchings of black men. So they were using that boogeyman tactic then. In the 70s, they started using that boogeyman tactic. The white women started getting a whole gang of money by saying all of these black men moving into these inner cities and these urban areas, these white women are afraid they're gonna get raped. So they started building up all of these rape centers and these counseling, women's centers and counseling centers and all this stuff because of women fearing that they would be raped. This was real big in the 70s. This was real big in the 70s. And that propaganda, they use it now. Well, let's continue. In the 80s, remember they had the infamous Willie Horton ad. They pulled an old rabbit out the hat when George Bush Sr. was running for president. He was running against his opponent, and they were kind of, Bush was kind of so-so in the polls. Then they put out an ad, a propaganda ad about a black dude named Willie Horton, who was released early from a work release program in prison. He got out early and killed 2 white people. And they flashed Willie Horton's face on the news. Hey, Willie Horton, it was because of this politician. Willie Horton got out. And we're all one big nigga. So Willie Horton became basically a code word for black people, and it worked. The Willie Horton boogeyman story worked, and a lot of white people voted for George Bush. My Cash App is KingFlex818. $KingFlex818 for those asking. So they've always used that boogeyman propaganda. somebody big and black is going to get you. And even in movies, when you look at most movies, starting especially after the 1800s, around the 1800s, even Frankenstein, the Frankenstein novel, that was written by Mary Shelley. Her father was a novelist, and he was a white supremacist, and he would write anti-black stuff. So Mary Shelley's father, the woman who wrote Frankenstein, he would write a lot of stuff about scientific racism and black people this, black people that. So Frankenstein, the boogeyman, the big dark boogeyman, which was a derivative of the slave story too, because Frankenstein was created by his master. He was a monster, but when you don't control your monster can run amok. You understand? So Dracula is a little different. Dracula, and this is interesting, Dracula is based on a real person. Very interesting. Dracula is based on a real person. Dracula is based on Vlad the Impaler, a person who lived in Transylvania during the 1400s, who actually, he fought the Moors. He was fighting the Moors, black people, and he would impale them and eat them. Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Dracula, that was his real name. Vlad the Impaler was killing a lot of Moors and eating them. I mean, he would cannibalize people. See, they project that cannibal bullshit onto us, but you go look up old pictures of Vlad the Impaler. He's up here eating people. He's hang them on a stick and then drain their blood and eat them. You understand? Yeah, most of those people he was eating were Moors. We talked about how the white supremacists would eat our flesh. We talked about that in Hidden Colors 5. We got real deep in that, about the history of them eating our flesh to try to get our power. You know, that's a real deep thing. Y'all need to really get Hidden Colors 5 and study it. Because again, it's a 2-hour movie, but there's so much stuff that we didn't put in there, but we just gave you the template on what you can study for. You dig? So Dracula represents the white supremacists to a certain degree, how they need to survive by all costs. If you look at it, it's really an allegory on how to be smooth and ruthless at the same time when you look at Dracula. Because remember how they always they promote Dracula as sexy. Dracula is always sexy and exotic and smooth and refined and romantic. You understand? Notice that's always how they promote Dracula. It's very interesting. In Dracula, he finesses people. Come on, come to my castle. Let me come to your house. Let me fix you a drink. Yeah, Dracula, he's very seductive. You know, let me ease you into my clutches. Yeah, he's a count, that royalty. And instead of me just blatantly attacking you, let me finesse you into my arms, because it's better to finesse than blatantly attack people. So that's a lesson on how to be a good white supremacist. We have to think, well, they give each other messages in their movies. And that's a lesson in white supremacy. Don't be so brutal. Don't be like Frankenstein. No. Don't be brutal, scaring people. No. You better charm your way in and then leech off of everybody. You're a bloodsucker. You feed, your existence is based on you feeding off other people. That's a culture vulture, you see? You can transform into different appearances. That's white supremacy. When you look at it on a subconscious level, you can't fuck with the sun. Huh? The sun is bad for you. What does that sound like? You understand? So you got to be in the dark, like a cave, like a cave. And what's in caves? Bats. What does Dracula turn into? A bat. They tell you who they are in these movies, by the way. They'll tell you who they are. They tell you who they are. Yeah? Yeah, they're energy vampires. They're parasites. They know who they are. When you watch these movies, watch what they're really trying to tell you. Watch what they're really trying to say to you in these movies. You understand? But a lot of these movies, you look at Cthulhu, it's a big dark creature. King Kong, that was another one. That's so blatant, and I broke that down before. Even in Asia, remember, they had their version of the big black boogeyman. Remember, the Japanese, they were clicked in with the Nazis right after World War II. They had Godzilla. Yeah? So it's heavy stuff. It's heavy stuff. Oh yeah, that Handmaid's Tale, that thing is heavy. But, you know, you better study these movies. When they put these movies out, watch what messages they are sending to you. Watch what messages they are sending to you. Yeah? Yeah, in the Blade movie, notice in the Blade movie, Wesley Snipes' character is a daywalker. You know, he can do things that regular other vampires can't do. You know, that was the fly thing about the Blade thing. In the zombie movies, and I always talked about that, zombies, and we broke this down in 1804. You got to get that movie if you don't have it. Zombies, that was based on Haitians. All those zombie movies, that was all based on the Haitian Revolution, because the early zombie movies that started in the 1920s, 1930s, they would always portray the zombies as Haitian. All those early movies, the zombies were Haitian. They would always turn into zombies because of a voodoo ceremony. And so then later on, they started to make them different races. But the zombie thing, that's them being afraid of black folks who were seduced and in a voodoo trance trying to kill them. That's from the Haitian Revolution. You understand? Yeah. Look up old zombie movies from the 1930s. All of them were the white people went down to Haiti, and there was a voodoo ceremony, and the zombies started chasing them. Yeah. So yeah, we better understand what these movies are about. Yeah, zombie, that's a Haitian word. Yeah. Do I ever come to Arizona? Yeah, I did an event there a few years ago. I did go there. You know? Serpent and the Rainbow, yeah. So yeah, man, these movies, they are very, you know, they tell you exactly what's on the minds of these people. And we're on their minds. The black boogeyman threat. That's always on their mind. And now, with these laws that they're trying to get passed now, you know, they had this LGBT forum the other day, and notice in the media, they've been really trying to push this black people are homophobic, black people are transphobic. They've been pushing that damn lie. That is a lie. I keep telling y'all, that is a lie. You have to call that lie out. We got to stop letting folks lie on us. Elizabeth Warren tweeted something the other day. There were 18 black trans people who got killed. This is an epidemic. And people were like, epidemic? 18 ain't no epidemic, woman. People were clowning her. It's not an epidemic. And these are other LGBT people who are killing them. And how come y'all ain't saying nothing about no damn Ed Buck? And that's the thing. The white LGBT community better not try to take credit for Ed Buck being in jail now, because he tried to basically kill a third person, and they finally decided to arrest this guy. Not even for the damn murders or the attempted murder. They just arrested him for having dope up in his house. They arrested him for having a drug house. You understand? So, this propaganda of them trying to use black people as the boogeymen, because they're trying to get laws passed. In order to get a law passed, you have to have a threat. There has to be a victim, and there has to be a perpetrator. So now what the white supremacists are doing, they are using black trans people, the victims, because a lot of white trans people are not really getting killed. But black trans people, they have riskier lifestyles because they have to get into the sex work. So they have to take a lot of crazy risks. And also, unfortunately, in black trans society, and we got to be very honest about this, part of their culture is tricking straight black people into having sex with them, or them trying to rape straight black people, unfortunately. Let me see, when a trans person, a woman who still has a penis, if you got a penis, you ain't a woman, so a man with a wig on with a dick. If you are a trans person and you go get a white man and he thinks you're a woman, the white dude, he's already slumming. Let me talk to the trans brothers and sisters in here, if you're watching, if you're listening. If you are a trans person, you're a dude with a dick and a wig, whatever, and you go get with a white zaddy somewhere, he's already slumming. He already, in his mind, he's already in the gutter, and they get off on that. They get off on having gutter sex, a lot of them, with black people. So he's already thinking, okay, I'm wallowing in the gutter right now, so I'm ready to have a good time with this negress. And then you get into a bedroom with him and then pull your dick out. To him, oh, that's even better. I'm really going to wallow in the gutter now, because he's already slumming. So you pulling a dick out on him, he likes that. Oh, we can really have some fun. So I can be double in the gutter now. So they get off on that. They don't mind you having male genital. They don't mind that because they're already slumming. So you can surprise the white guy with your package. Now, when y'all try to pull up on a straight brother like that, no, what are you doing? I don't want to be raped. So that's where there's going to be problems. The brother doesn't want to be raped because you pull your dick out. Now you about to, that's rape. Somebody gets you and y'all kicking it. And I've seen some trans people say, well, they be pursuing me, so I ain't got to tell them nothing. Well, damn, if you got AIDS or herpes and somebody pursues you, you still got to tell them legally. You know? So there's going to be problems because the average brother who's straight don't want to be raped. And that's what you're doing if you pull your joint out. And he don't know you got one. That's rape. And the thing is, a lot of black trans people, they like to live the facade that they're a woman. So you don't want to go date a gay person who's knowingly gay because that kind of ruins the fantasy for you. You want to be able to attract straight brothers. You understand? And it doesn't work like that. And that's why a lot of them get into situations. They get themselves into situations. You can't rape people. Don't nobody want to be raped because a lot of them were raped and they had a predatory experience that got them in the situation they're in. So most of the people that they're used to dealing with, though, are people from that community. You understand? So what they have to do in order to use black trans people as victims, which they don't give a shit about. The white supremacists could give less than a damn about black trans people. They could give less than a damn about it. They don't give them nothing. They don't drip down none of those resources. They give them nothing. All they do is exploit black trans people. And then what they do is say black people are targeting them. Now, they ignore the Ed Bucks and all these people. They ignore all that. And they say, well, black people are so homophobic and we need laws to protect these gay and trans people from all that black boogeyman homophobia. And whenever you see a story of a trans person getting harmed, the media will oftentimes deliberately omit the fact that the person who did it was themselves a gay person. In Michigan, we've seen a couple of cases where some trans people and gay people were harmed by another black person, and the prosecutors there will go out and tell a bald-faced lie and say that the person was targeted because they were LGBT. The in Detroit, the prosecution office in Detroit, they've done that a couple of times. And when you look up the stories, it's a bald-faced lie. Now, why are they doing that out there in Detroit and in Michigan? Why are they lying about certain cases? And I talked about this a few weeks ago. Now, the prosecution's office, that's Kim Worthy out there in Detroit, she had some LGBT people working in her office. She gets kickbacks. The Attorney General of Michigan is an open lesbian. And her and Kim Worthy in the prosecution's office, they're all clicked in with each other, and they're a part of a nonprofit LGBT organization where they get donations. You understand? So these people are getting financial incentives to lie about people being targeted because of them being LGBT. Y'all better look this up. The Attorney General out there in Michigan. It's a white woman. I can't think of her name right now, but she's a lesbian. She's an open lesbian. And she worked in the prosecution's office with Kim Worthy at one point. And her and Kim Worthy, they're all clicked in with this nonprofit out there. Look all this stuff up. See, when you see who's who and why they're using black propaganda and why they're lying, we'll see what the deal is. We'll see what the game is. Let's go to Chicago. In Chicago, you wonder where this mayor came from. This black lesbian mayor just came out of nowhere. Well, look at the governor there. What's the governor's name out there? J.B. what? What's that governor's name? Pritzker. J.B. Pritzker is the governor. And I've talked about him before. J.B. Pritzker comes from a billionaire family. Pritzker's family is sitting on all types of money. Pritzker's sister is Jessica Pritzker. Jessica Pritzker is a trans woman. Used to be a man, now he transed himself into a woman. He's the richest trans person in the world. He's a billionaire. Chicago, Illinois, the state of Illinois, we're talking about y'all governor. J.B. Pritzker, that's his sister, is a trans person. So now you see why they're making LGBT studies mandatory in schools in Illinois. Now you see why they put in a black lesbian mayor. Now you see why Pritzker, the governor, is trying to, and this is very heavy, they're trying to get Medicaid and the health companies to pay for trans surgeries. You understand? Because they're all clicked in with pharmaceutical companies too. This is really about the pharmaceutical game. That's why when they were talking about this LGBT event the other day, everything was about trans people. And go back and listen to the trans humanism story I did, how they're trying to set up a brand new industry a transhumanism, transsexual, transgender medical industry. And what they want to do, they want to get taxpayers, our money, to go into Medicaid so that our tax dollars will start paying for these sex changes and these transformations. And the insurance company is going to make money off of it. And then the pharmaceuticals are going to make buku money off of it. You understand? This is what this is all about. What makes you think they give a damn about a black trans person? How many fucking black trans people are there? It's not even that many, but all of a sudden, they care so damn much about a black trans person. This is about money. This is a giant finesse they're doing, man. This is a giant finesse. They're creating a trans industry where we're going to, as taxpayers, we're going to subsidize it with our tax dollars, and they're going to make a gang of money off the pharmaceuticals because trans people, they have to be on medication for the rest of their lives. That's a big industry they're about to create. Not about to, they are. And I saw Biden talking about this. Biden was talking about how they're going to start letting trans women in women's prisons, or men who want to be a trans woman, they're going to start putting them in women's prisons. Let me find that clip of him saying that. I want y'all to hear this. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to find that clip. Where's that damn clip? Is this it right here? Okay. I want y'all to hear this. This is Biden. All right? Hold on 1 second. I want y'all to hear it for yourselves. These folks are on one, man. All right. Pick that up. All right, let me big it up some more. All right, hold on.
In prison.
Hold on.
So many of them. And so, yes, and by the way, in prison, the determination should be that your sexual identity is defined by what you say it is, not what, in fact, the prison says it is. And in that case, you should be entitled also to OGBYN. Anyway, you didn't ask that question, but you're not likely to either, I guess.
Okay. All right. So basically, they're going to start letting men, if you're a man with a wig, they'll let you in a women's prison. Now, we know how that's going to go. Now, they did the same thing in the UK. They let a white man who turned into a woman, they let him in a women's prison. And when he was a man, he was already convicted of being a sexual predator. So he went in the women's prison and just started raping like crazy. It was out there in the UK. He went in the women's prison. Boy, he took that wig off and got to raping like it was nobody's business. Raping women, assaulting women left and right. So these folks, what are they? Are they about to try to have breeding farms again? What are they about to do? What are these folks about to do? See, a lot of experiments start in prison. So what are they about to do? Are they going to start those Nazi breeding farms? Because remember, the Nazis had breeding farms for white people. The Nazis, they had breeding farms. They got white women and had them have sex with the SS soldiers so they could try to have white babies and all this stuff. You dig? So yeah, it's about to go to hell in a handbasket. It's about to go to hell in a handbasket. You dig? Just imagine a dude in a wig up in a women's jail. Oh my God. Or just imagine a stud going up into a men's prison. You dig? Imagine that. Imagine that. is going to hell in a handbasket. You dig? You never heard of breeding farms? Well, they had breeding farms all in the United States. All this from the Democrats. Yeah, that's another thing. And I'm like, what are we voting for Democrats for? What in the hell are we voting for Democrats for? And y'all can't use Trump. You don't want Trump to win. I mean, again, with Trump, we just got to deal with some goofy ass white supremacists. Look at what we got to deal with the damn Democrats. Look at what we got to deal with the damn Democrats. Dude, let's be real. The Democrats at this point, they're anti-black garbage way surpass Trump's. Trump's is just regular old school run-of-the-mill white supremacists. Y'all, the Democrats, y'all got the new and improved cherry Coke white supremacy and anti-blackness. It's all over the place. It is all over the place. And let's be real. They can't give us a tangible reason for supporting them. The Democrats cannot get, their only thing is to try to bully us and shame us and browbeat us into supporting them, and they can't give us a tangible reason why. Y'all hit that like button if you're new in here. Everybody hit the like button, and then everybody hit the subscribe button right now if you're new in here. If you have not done it, hit the like, hit that thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. You dig? Yeah, these folks are very dangerous right now. And we're on code, as we should, and we got to stay on code. We're on code, and we got to stay on code. You dig? Because we have no friends. And truth be told, we don't need them. We don't need no damn friends. Black people, we are acknowledging, and let me talk to my foundational Black Americans and understand this. When I talk about American descendants of slaves, foundational Black Americans, when we big up our ethnic group, because we are an ethnic group, we're looking out for our ethnic group first. Once we get the power that we're supposed to get, then we'll chop it up with everybody else about what we can do to join forces and all of that. But that's not going to happen now because, again, it's been way too one-sided. We're not getting anything from any other group. Too many other groups have been finessing us, and the finesse game is over. And there's people who like to kick and scream and whine about that, and they like to create straw man arguments. But you know what the deal is. And you know that you don't deserve us lifting you up anymore. Y'all know that. When I see Hispanic groups and Asian groups and all these other groups beating on black folks, disrespecting, not giving anything, and let me tell you something. This ain't even nothing new. They've always been like that. Let's be real. I put up an Instagram post the other day, and I'm going to show you what I put up. All these other groups, they have always had this mentality where let us hold our own nuts. They've always had that mentality towards us. Let me show y'all this Instagram post I put up the other day. Because don't let nobody shame you black people. How come you ain't helping? We all supposed to be in this together. Don't let nobody run that game on you. All right. Now, I put this up on my gram the other day. Y'all need to be following me on Instagram. I mean, I got 80, 180. Okay, I'm almost at 200,000 people on the gram. All right. Y'all need to go to my gram. and follow me on Instagram if you're not following. Let me get up to 200,000 people. I'm almost there. But this right here, this guy here, this is Felix Tierrena. He was the president of this very old Latino advocacy organization, LULAC. Now that organization's been around since the 1920s, one of the oldest activism groups for Latino interests. And this guy famously said, when black folks, the NAACP was trying to say, hey, you know, we're all fighting discrimination together. Hey, let's all join hands. And basically this organization was like, hey, we're white. The Latino community, they've always looked at themselves as white. And this guy was like, hey, we white. This is just basically a little something going on between us white ethnics. And he had a very famous quote. He said, let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with it. You understand? That's how they were towards us. They've always been like that towards us. So the way they're getting down is not new. Y'all look this guy up. He was a piece of work. Anti-black bastard. When y'all started to see the Latino community kind of act like they were cool, when we start getting all those civil rights benefits popping, then all of a sudden, hey, we all in this together, and we made the mistake of fighting for minorities. So that included all these people who told us to kiss their asses. We sat up here and fought for minorities, and then they jumped in, well, I'm a minority too, we're brothers, and then got all those benefits. Yeah, this is what they do. Don't be ashamed for looking out for your group, foundational black Americans, and let's be real, don't let motherfuckers walk around with a kufi and a kente cloth come in and say, hey, what about us? Well, this is y'all. Remember when Malcolm X went overseas, because a lot of folks try to talk about Malcolm X talking to African leaders overseas. Let's be real. When Malcolm X went over there, they weren't fucking with him. When Malcolm was over there, them African leaders was like, black Americans, y'all can hold your own nuts too. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Let's not let folks rewrite history here. We're going to bring receipts. Over in them African countries, they were like, yeah, I know y'all black and y'all proud and y'all want to be down with us, but y'all just do that over there. None of them African nations was really rocking with us like that. Let's keep it real, man. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. They weren't rocking with us, man. They were like, well, shit. You know, let's see what I can get over here with white mommy and white daddy. I know we got our little independence on paper, but let's, you know, I don't know about hooking up, you know. So they weren't trying to hook up with us. They never were. Let's keep it a buck. They never were. They never were. We just got to come to that reality. And, hold on, why Ice JJ Fish over here? Where's the one? There's another one. Hold on. And this other thing I had up, there was these black girls, these young black sisters, they opened up a beauty supply stores. They were the two youngest black-owned beauty supply owners. And they had a beauty supply business. I think it was out here in California somewhere. And they had to go out of business. Why? Because the Koreans wouldn't sell their products to them. You know, the Koreans, they have a monopoly on black hair care products. And Dr. Claude Anderson told us, but the Koreans, they have a policy. They do not sell to us. They do not do wholesale business with us. You understand? So I'm showing you the Hispanic, Asian groups, some of the black immigrant groups, their history of how they get down with us. This is nothing new. People try to rewrite history. There's nothing new. People have a long history of not rocking with us, telling us to hold our own damn nuts, tell us to stay over there and you deal with your own problems. Well, guess what? It's time for you to do the same damn thing. Y'all been decidedly anti-Black American. Y'all been decidedly anti-Black American, and we're not going to be anti-you. We're just going to let you hold your own damn nuts. You dig? Because I've seen some other articles where they were talking about some immigrants from Africa come over and they want to hold their own identity. You go out of your way to not be identified as a Black American. Even Caribbeans, you go out of your way to not identify as a Black American, like the Candace Owenses of the world. She goes out of her way, she went out of her way to let folks know she was not us, she was Caribbean. You dig? For years, folks come over here after we help them, after we help you and elevate you and spend our own energy and resources and our meager finances to help you, people turn around and say, well, I ain't Black, I'm Ethiopian. I'm not Black, I'm Caribbean. I'm not Black, I'm Trinidadian. Everybody ain't Black. They want to distance themselves from us. But the minute we have a Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington set-aside program, they're the first in line for that. If it's a school named after some Black person, an HBCU that was designed for a Black American, you're the first in line there, though. When there's some Black money, Black American money somewhere, boy, you first in line for that, though, right? You first in line for the Dreamer program. The Dreamer, that's a derivative of Dr. Martin Luther King's dream speech. That's where the Dreamer name came from, all right? You first in line to be a damn dreamer. Shit, for the Martin Luther King Dreamer program, you first in line for that. You dig? When there's a check involved, yeah, you can fake it a little bit. So now the finesse game is over. The finesse game is over. Yeah, the finesse game is over. It keeps them as they keep dreaming. That's right, keep on dreaming. Just keep dreaming, goddammit. You dig? And then I don't want to hear that. Hey, wait a minute. Wait, you're being xenophobic. Nobody's being xenophobic towards nobody. You're projecting. Black Americans, we don't have negative names we use for you. We don't. Y'all got a whole plethora of names y'all use for us. Hold your own nuts. And I ain't talking about all. I ain't talking about all, but y'all know who y'all are. Yeah, too many. Y'all got too many of your coons coming up. What's up? What's this?
Big box.
Oh, you left it from earlier?
It's in my bag, my car.
Okay. Say hi to everybody.
Please.
What's up? Look at Lexi. Smelling good. All right, dear.
Bye.
All right. That's sexy Lexi. But got one of my wife's baby hairs on me. But yeah, we don't have no names for them, and don't let them tell that booty scratcher lie. Y'all call us African booty scratchers in school. That's bullshit. And first of all, don't nobody use no damn African booty scratcher. That's some shit niggas used in the 70s and 80s. I haven't heard nobody use African booty scratcher. That's what children would use at certain schools. Yeah, that African booty scratcher bullshit. That lie. That's bullshit. Let me tell you something. We've always had the little African students at school. I remember going to school with a couple of the African kids. And Shout out to the African guys, the kids who came over. Let me look. The problem with the African kids, just like other kids, people had to get you on swag code. You dig? Children call everybody names. Everybody got called names. So whatever was an identifying factor that you had, you're going to get called that in schools. We got a culture of playing the dozens with each other. You understand? We had a culture of playing the dozens. And see, what happens is a lot of African parents, a lot of y'all, and some of my African brothers here now, shout out to you guys, who's over here. God damn, my wife's hair in my mouth and shit. A lot of y'all parents, let's be real, a lot of y'all parents were coonish. Let's keep it real. A lot of y'all had coon parents who told y'all to stay away from those niggas. Stay away from Makata. So, your coon parents, my African brethren, and I got love for a lot of y'all, by the way, but some of y'all parents were coons. Your parents were so hell-bent on distancing you from black folks, they would do little shit. They wouldn't take you to a black barber. You understand? They wouldn't take you to the black barber shop. So they let your hair grow all types of fucked up. Your hairline would be all janky and your shit going all the way down here uncut. You didn't never have no line up. So you were going to get roasted right there. That's number one. Y'all coon parents didn't want to just go down to the barbershop and sit you down and get you lined up. You know, you going to school, your shit looking like Desmond Tutu, so we lighten your ass up. You understand? And they didn't want to let you have any black friends. You go to school and you come straight home. You do not associate with a kata. You go to school to learn. You go to school to learn. Do not associate with the kata. They're drug dealers. You're telling you all this fucked up shit about black folks, so you ain't got no fucking swag. So, because I remember going to school with little African kids. They come to school with, we're in the 5th grade. This motherfucker got on a 3-piece suit. I'm like, God damn, Umduge. Bruh. What's with the suit, pimpin'? This motherfucker got on a whole church suit, and he's 8. I'm like, bruh, so you know he's gonna get lit up. And he never took the fucking church suit off. This motherfucker be out here playing kickball in them hard-ass church shoes, kicking the ball over the fucking fence. So we, goddamn, Umdugu. Yo, your parents couldn't get you no Reeboks or nothing, nigga? So my nigga is in school with church shoes on the playground in a hot-ass fucking suit. It ain't sweating either. The nigga never sweat. Like, goddamn, Umdugu. I ain't playing kickball with this nigga no more. So damn. So he's getting roasted. We lighting your ass up, my nigga. So your parents would try to make you disassociate. You just never had no fucking swag. You never had swag. I mean, shit. So we roast like we roast every other kid, but we weren't getting on you because it had nothing to do with you being African. Just because your swag was just off. And we roasted everybody. Everybody was getting it. You dig? So then, niggas, you can't wait to hook up with some white people. These niggas are ridiculing me. So we didn't know we roasting you. You going home with a vendetta. I can't wait to get around white people when I go to college. These niggas, they hate me. These fucking akata. So I didn't know we were creating the staff for the root. When the motherfuckers grow up with a vendetta against black people. Shit. We just trying to get your swag right, my nigga. God damn. And then when you did try to have a little swag, it was about 2 years outdated. You dig? So it was just a little bit outdated. Just a little bit outdated. Just a little bit. So, you know, all the kids coming to school, you know, they fly, they clean, you know, they got their little gear on. And then the little African kid come to school with some shit that don't match. He got on some bell bottoms and a Michael Jackson Beat It jacket. I'm like, hey, what's happening, brother? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing with that on? I was like, nigga. So that he tried to step his swag up and they couldn't really get it popping like that. You could never just get it right. They tried, but they just couldn't get it right because your parents kept telling you not to associate with niggas. All you had to do was sit down with niggas and we'd get you right. Yeah, you got on a fucking a Beat It jacket and some bell bottoms and some jellies. Some jelly shoes, not even sandals. Niggas had on some jellies. Like, nigga, I didn't know they made them for boys. Shit. I mean, nigga, let me help you, Umduge. You know, so it was always the kid. He was just a little awkward because it was his parents not letting him rock with niggas. Oh, you know, we would have got him right. We would have got him right. You did. And that's why a lot of them have a real big vendetta against the sisters. A lot of them African cats and African immigrants, y'all have a real big vendetta against black women, black American women. I noticed that. When you look at social media, a Kata girl this, a Kata girl that, there's a lot of that anger directed at sisters, black American women. Because, see, a lot of black American girls, they really don't have no filter when they're in high school. So they're very rude. They have no filter. So Umduge probably tried to holler at a sister in high school. And, you know, the sister probably shamed him. You know, Umduge probably walked up to like one of the cheerleaders. Hello, Lutisha. I'd like to take you to the junior prom. Like, the prom? The prom? Nigga, you got on a see-through tank top with some yellow leather pants with zippers and some sandals, nigga. The prom? How dare you? So she probably started clowning you. Oh my God. So that fucked Umduge up for life. Umduge, your sisters are so rude and blatant in high school if you ain't coming correct. Y'all are heartless. Some of y'all sisters in high school, especially when you fine and shit. Oh Lord, y'all are fucking ruthless. And poor little Umduge was trying to put his bid in. I like you a lot. I like to go to the prom. Nigga, you musty. Girl, this musty nigga tried to get me to go to the prom with him. He whack. Oh, Lord. They sisters be loud talking niggas. So Umduge was probably just sitting up plotting revenge for years. Oh, you raggedy Akada. You Akada bitch. So God, so that nigga's been plotting revenge for years. He done scarred that nigga for life. That nigga couldn't wait to start dating white women. Yeah, that nigga could not wait to date white women and join the Congressional Black Caucus. That nigga, he couldn't wait. Yeah. Man. So then, what Umduge and see this is where them niggas learn how to finesse. See, this is how Umduge and them niggas learn how to start finessing. They had to come to school lying. Well, look, I am from a rich family. Yes, I am from Africa. Yes, I come from a rich family. So they had to start finessing. They had to start running game on the girls at school. They look, Letitia, if you go to the prom, I am from a rich family. I am rich. I have a gold mine at my home. We have diamonds. You know, he got to start running that game to get women to get down with him. And then she's like, oh, I go to the prom. I go to the prom. That's why even today, all those Atlanta women you see on them housewives shows, they always talk about some African nigga trying to get at them. Girl, some African prince gonna date me. There's a nigga finessing your ass. So Umduge got tired of getting dissed, so he's like, look, I'm gonna tell their ass I'm holding a bag back home. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take you to the prom. All right, cool. You know, and I would like to marry you when I get older, and we can share my wealth. So he goes to the prom, and you thinking you about to have a royal prom. You thinking you about to go with Umduge. You about to be on some Princess Amunda shit. You about to go on a horse and carriage. That nigga pulls up in an Oldsmobile Cutlass with one of the rims off that bitch. That nigga dad let him borrow the family Cutlass. You got an Oldsmobile Cutlass, an 87 Cutlass. And that nigga done pulled up. Like, damn, Unduga, I thought you were holding paper. No, I have to pretend to be poor. I have to pretend to be poor. No one must know my riches. The limousine is at my home. I cannot let people know that I have riches. So we got to get in this Cutlass. So Unduga take your ass to the Cutlass. Y'all go to the prom and kick it. And you still thinking you about to get a bag, and he end up fucking your ass in that Cutlass. Yeah. Unduge tear your pussy up in the back of that Cutlass. Yeah. Now Unduge's a player. Now he's running that game on everybody. Yeah. Now Unduge got a gang of babies. He's a teen father. Unduge is a teen father now. And all y'all a bunch of Akata baby mamas. That nigga done ran game on all of you. He a player now. Now that nigga got his game up. And he's finessing y'all fucking county money. He getting y'all all on the county and finessing y'all ass. You dig? Man, yeah, he sold his royal oats. You dig? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with the Cutlass. Them Cutlasses are popping. The Cutlasses are popping like a motherfucker. Yeah. My dick is bigger. Man. You know what? I was doing a broadcast on Instagram the other night. And I was talking about some heavy stuff. And some of y'all caught it. I was on Instagram Live. And I was breaking, and I'm not going to talk about what I was saying. I'm not going to talk about it here. But I was talking about the origin of Silicon Valley. I was talking about the real origin of Facebook. I was breaking down some real heavy stuff. And man, after I did that live stream, it cut off. They would not let me post it. It didn't even give me the option to post it. It was like, this video cannot be shared. I'm like, damn. Nigga, it did not let me share that video. That was interesting. I'm like, whoa. That never happened before. They would not let me share that video. I'm like, shit. You dig? So, the censorship game is heavy. Yeah, man. I was talking about some heavy stuff. I was kind of giving people an idea what's going to be in the movie Buck Breaking. And, I started talking about Silicon Valley, and I was dropping certain names here and names there. Yeah, you caught that, Oscar? Yeah, they would not let me share that video. It gave an error message to anybody who tried to rewatch it. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. That is very interesting. Yeah, the censorship is very real with these social media outlets. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to talk about that in the movie when we get around to it. I'm going to talk about that then. You dig? There was a video. Let me find that video. Hold on. Let me see something. There's a video I want to show you guys. Let me find it real quick. And this is very interesting. Hold on. Where is this video? Of this dude. Okay, where is this? This looked very contrived. It didn't look real. There was this dude this gay activist, and he was in New York, and he wore like, oh, here he is. Okay. Look, this looks fake, man. Look at this. Okay. Let me show y'all this, man. This dude, this white dude, went out with a pink yarmulke and a whole bunch of LBGT stuff on his clothes, and then a random black man who was basically, it looked like an Ethiopian immigrant, started to verbally berate him. Now look at this. Where is it? All right. Okay, now look at this. Hold on. Where is it? What do I do?
I'm cisgendered, I'm white, I'm educated, I have a social media following, I have resources, and that's the type of violence that I'm getting because it was so violent and so angry. And so if this is the type of violence that the most privileged queer people are getting, can you even imagine what it's like every single day on the subway to be a trans person or a gender nonconforming person or a queer person of color? I'm cisgendered, I'm white.
Okay, that attack looked very fake. And this is the guy, Adam Eli. So he just happens to be a community organizer. He happens to put on a yellow, pink yarmulke and some rainbow stuff, and then some random black person happens to attack him. And that looked very fake. That shit looked fake as hell. You just happen to be an activist, and then you just happen to be attacked. Hold on, let me find the actual fake so-called verbal attack. And the dude looked like a very bad actor who was doing the attacking. Hold on 1 second. Where's the hate? Okay, where is it? Where is this? Homophobic. Anti-gay. And yeah, in the media, the fact that they got all on it, and the guy, quote unquote, they never found him. Okay, look, here's another version of it. Hold on. This looks fake. It looks like another knockout game, fake story. This is like Nazi propaganda type of shit right here, man. Okay, hold on.
Full of hate and seemingly out of nowhere, a young Jewish gay man is verbally attacked on the street.
You can see the man following the guy here as he was getting off the subway, and now he's telling News Force Ray Vieta that he's taking a stand tonight. Ray joins us live from Chelsea. Ray.
Natalie and Stefan, in the heart of the city, a disheartening tirade. A man leaving this subway stop verbally attacked by a complete stranger, all because he was Jewish and gay. That verbal attack captured on cell phone video.
I'm telling you, take your own. Seriously, you understand?
Leave me alone.
On the corner of 28th and Broadway, hatred and bigotry from a complete stranger.
What, because I'm gay and wearing a kippah? Is that why?
It's Hashem. You're desecrating the name.
Explain it. Talk it out.
You're desecrating the name of God.
Because of
Leviticus
my outfit?
18, verse 20 says, any man that lies from another man, that's an abomination. It's Tovat Hashem. You'll be murdered.
An anti-gay Jewish rant. Adam Eli says it happened Sunday evening. It was still light out. He was coming out of the 28th.
Okay, this is fake, man. This is fake, dude. That shit is fake. The dude looks like a damn, he's acting. They never caught this guy. That's fake, man. That's fake. That's real convenient. Some random immigrant dude, and they don't get, he's just one big nigga. He's some, well, see how homophobic those black people are? That's fake as hell. What are you doing this to me because I'm Jewish and gay? What are you doing? That's an abomination. It is an abomination. Take it off. Take it off. Stop. Stop. Now he had to go out. See, this is all manufactured because you can't tell a person is Jewish or you can't tell they're gay. So he had to put on some identifying things. This is all contrived, man. They've been putting together these fake attacks so that they can run to the media and say, hey, look, see, this is why we need a law passed. See the black boogeymen are out here? These black boogeymen, that is another Jussie Smollett. Again, and remember, why y'all think the Jussie Smollett charges got dropped, by the way? Remember, who's the governor? Who's his sister? These are LGBT activists who run the state of Illinois. That's why they dropped those charges. And all of them were in on that, by the way. You dig? Yeah, so it was an Ethiopian attacker. Yeah, this is more anti-black propaganda by the damn Democrats. Why in the hell should we support the Democrats, family? Why in the hell should we support anything the Democrats is putting in our faces? Why should we support anything they do? And let me tell you something. They're in New York. This is how I know it's fake. New Yorkers don't give a shit what you have on. They're not going to do all that. Do you know the shit that people in New York see? New Yorkers are some of the least offended people on the damn planet. You see people in New York walking around with their ass out, with spiked hair, costumes on the subway. New Yorkers don't give a shit about that. New Yorkers are some of the non-givingest a fuck people ever. They don't give a shit about, nothing phases them. Nothing phases a damn person in New York. I remember when I went to New York for the first time, my was freaking me out. People dressed in capes and like vampires and shit, and they were just walking around like the regular people walking around like it was normal. Do you know how much weird shit that people see in New York and it don't faze them? So now this dude is just gonna get bent out of shape because a dude had on a pink yarmulke? Fuck out of here, dude. The hell out of here. Get the whole hell out of here. Anything goes in New York. So a yarmulke made you go off? All the LGBT people in New York and that? Fuck out of here. You go to Times Square, nigga, you got naked people walking around. You go to Times Square, it's literally naked people walking around. They titties out in Times Square, singing, dancing for money. But that freak you out, huh? Get the hell out of here. Yeah? That's why I knew that was fake, number one. Yeah? So watch these propaganda stories, these boogeyman stories that they're trying to promote and they're trying to put on us. They're desperately trying to promote these boogeyman stories and place these boogeyman stories on us, family. Man. All right, I got to get out of here. I got to go up here. My wife went to a birthday party and I got to go in here with the kids, make sure the children are straight. But everybody go to hiddencolorsfilm.com. Get the Hidden Colors 5 DVD if you do not have it. That's hiddencolorsfilm.com. You can get the North Sentinel Island shirt at TariqElite.com. You can also get the movie 1804 at hiddencolorsfilm.com or 1804movie.com. And look, all my LA people, pretty soon I'm going to do a food feeding for the homeless out here in LA. We got a very bad homeless problem out here in LA. If you're in LA, I would like for some volunteers to assist me with that, if you please. We're going to go downtown to the Skid Row area, bring food for the people. We're going to do what we can do, man. We got to do something. You know, every little bit helps. What we're going to do, we're going to feed the people for a day. And also what I want to do, I want to get some little care packages to try to give out to people where they can have, you know, toothpaste, deodorant, soap, just a little care package just to help them get through things. You know what I'm saying? Every little bit might help. That little care package might help them get cleaned up for a day. They go get a job or whatever. So we're going to do that soon. I'm trying to organize that now. And I definitely need volunteers for that. It's just way too many black people out here that's homeless and nobody's doing anything. So we got to start helping our family. That's going to be pretty soon. And then we'll get a GoFundMe for people who are not in Cali who want to participate and be a part of that. You dig? And also, I want to brainstorm some other ideas, some other things that we could do to assist them, because I don't want it to be a one-off. I do want it to be a consecutive thing, a consistent thing. And I want to have some permanent solutions, too, on what we can do about the homeless issue out here, because we got to get that straight. We got to get that straight. Yeah, I am. I'll do a GoFundMe. I will do a GoFundMe. When I get everything organized and the dates and all that, when I get the GoFundMe going, I want to get the dates and everything ready so we'll just spam. So we'll get ready to go ahead and knock it on out. But we're definitely going to do that. I'm trying to find out where I can get care packages in bulk. So we're going to do that pretty soon. So we're going to do that very, very soon. Definitely before Thanksgiving, so people can have some stuff before Thanksgiving. So we're working that out. Yeah, blankets too. I know they do need blankets, so we're going to try to provide that. So I definitely would like the family to help me on that. I really, 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 really hate that homeless issue that we have out here. Black people are less than 10% of the population here in LA, but we are 40% of the homeless population. So there's a purge. There's a soft purge happening out here to our brothers and sisters. So we got to do something about that. And I've been homeless before out here in LA. So I really feel where they're coming from. And I wish that somebody would just kind of throw me a little bone. You know what I'm saying? I know that feeling. So we're going to work that out. We're going to try our best to get something going on for the brothers and sisters. Nothing. I try to make things as simple as possible. I really want to get those care packages to them. So I'm thinking about we just get a gang of pizzas or something, pizzas and care packages and blankets, something like that will be cool. So I'll let you guys know. Just brainstorm with me and let's throw some ideas together and we'll make it happen. You dig? But anyway, guys, y'all be good. Much respect to you. Y'all be great, and I'm a holla. Stay on code.